The default rock shader is set up in such a way that it takes a base color, mask, and normal map, takes it straight into this SG triplanar subgraph that I've created. Custom subgraph, it's not the default one. This thing takes base color, mask map, and normal map as inputs into triplanar nodes as well as sample texture 2D nodes. So you have the option to either have triplanar enabled via this branch node, and then it uses triplanar tiling, float value, and triplanar blending, and it basically has set things up in such a way that you use absolute world and world position for the triplanar, the UV, and normal sampling. And when you tile everything, this basically outputs the base color, normal map, metallic, smoothness, and AO. I'm using the split RGBA. This is metallic, MADG, basically metallic, ambient occlusion, detail map, which I'm not using here. G is gloss, smoothness, basically. That is the setup that we have in place. So you give it 3 maps, a base color map, a mask map, and a normal map. And it outputs for you the base color, normal, metallic, smoothness, and AO in triplanar format. Then this data goes down here into height-based blending. This is height-based blending, and it's taking position of the world. It's outputting G. Why is it G? Because y-axis, you know, based on the world, R will be X, G will be Y, and B will be Z. In Unity, Y is up. This is another interpolation. This is the LURP node. It's essentially taking in the base color of the mud and the rock, and it's blending between them based on the y-axis. It's going to output this mask, and that's going to go into this branch node, which will take the predicate. It will decide. You can use a checkbox saying, hey, do you want to use the height-based mud? If yes, then it will use this. Otherwise, it will directly use the rock base color, go into the output. That's what it's doing. So after coming out of the height-based blending here, all 3 of this information is coming out. It's going in LURPing with something else. So what is it LURPing with now? It's LURPing with moss. So it will ask you, do you want to use moss? If yes, use this world up mask, basically. If you select yes, use world up mask. If I show you, here's the world up mask. This basically masks based on what is the up direction. So any flat rock, or not even flat rock, but any rock, if you select world up mask, in this case, it will be true, and it will basically mask out the top section. And wherever the top section is, it's going to blend with the cave moss. You can actually set it up to manually have like different textures. I've just set it up here, hard-coded these textures. These are the moss textures. You can set up something else if you want to. Here you can have different texture 2D set up here and then plug them in. So you can even do snow or maybe like dirt or something. I don't know. You can put it up here so you can create like fake snow on top of different elements, different rocks and cliffs and whatnot. So it will look like as if snow has settled on top of it. Anyway, so if you use the world up mask, it's going to blend with this. It's going to output all of that data over here. Let's see this in action. So here we have rocks. All of these are using this rock shader. If you notice, let me just change it to this mode so it's easier to see in the brightness. Hopefully it is visible. Rocks here. So this rock material is using the rock shader that we have created. It's taking in the base color of the rock, mask map, normal map, and then custom normals, because there's baked data in here. If you notice, this actually takes custom AO map and custom normal map. It takes in this information and utilizes it. Custom AO map, custom normal map. It utilizes this information to blend the custom normals with the, in reoriented format, and the normals get blended with the triplanar normals. So this is actually taking both normal maps off the baked normals as well as the triplanar normals. And then you have option to change the normal strength, smoothness strength, AO strength, mud tiling if you want to change that. Not necessary in this case. I just like to keep it at 1. It's just an option in case it's needed. Then you have maximum mud height. You can increase it or decrease it. You know, this is the maximum allowed mud height. As you can see, it is going up and down, you know. And then the blend fall off. This will decide where it stops blending. As you can see, rock material. So unclick it. As you can see, height-based wetness, I can increase or decrease the wetness here. This makes it easier to handle wetness for riverbanks, for example. If I click on this floor material, cave floor material here, if I click on this height-based wetness, as you can see, it's very, very valuable to add more realism to the asset. Same thing for this cave exit. Make it wetter, give it a wet look. Looks pretty nice here. Or I could just let it be low. Height-based wetness. I can also use height-based mud. I can uncheck it. Notice how it looks without the mud. It looks like it's not blending properly, but when I click it, there's a lot more blend happening. Now if I press this button and shade it, as you can see, it looks like it's blending a lot better. This is quite useful. Height-based mud here, if I don't use it, notice how clean it looks. Looks too clean almost. So that's not good. So you want this to be enabled, and it adds another dynamic, you know. Notice, looks so much better, right? So that's necessary. I can also add height-based wetness. As you can see, that also looks kind of nice, but I don't use it here because it looks a little too distracting. Vertex painting. I've set up some vertex painting here. Takes in to triplanar, base, mask, and normal. Then vertex color is split to, it's using G. Basically, anything that is not red will be brick. Anything that is red will be clay, right? So if you notice, this is clay, this is brick, right? The reason why it's like that is because I painted this in Blender, you know, red color onto the vertices here. It adds to the damage effect that we have here. Looks kind of nice. You could paint this in mesh painting mode in Unreal Engine, but in Unity there's no such option. You have to get add-ons, and as far as I understand it, most of the good add-ons are paid, and I don't want to spend money on just doing something simple like this. So I just did it in Blender, just painted this stuff in Blender and created my shader in here. And so wherever it is red, it is clay. Wherever it is not red, wherever anything else except red, it's brick. And so that's what it's doing. Everything is white, and only these parts are red. The parts where you see clay in Blender, they're red. And so it looks nice. I think it looks nice, at least. Hopefully you think so as well. And what else we've got? We've got custom normal map, because this also has a custom normal here. If I don't use the custom normal map, let me just remove it. I click it and delete it. Notice how much of the detail is gone, right? So this is much better than this. Look at this, so much better than this. This is so simple. So this is baked normal. So yeah, it's quite useful to have. You can change the triplanar tiling if you want to. Unnecessary in this case. So that is the vertex painting shader that we have. I will close it now. This is my water shader. It's pretty simple. And is just created a Fresnel effect, or Fresnel effect I think it's called. And that's about it. There's these little blobs coming in. I just added them in for like a fun little effect. No particular reason other than that. Let's close that and let's take a look at the fog shader. I'm using a custom HLSL function. It takes in scale, speed, intensity, brightness. I created this file, HLSL file, and put in this custom function. This thing right here. Just block this path right here. Let me take a look at the crystal shader. This does the pulsating effect. It's very subtle. This does the base color. As you can see, I have two gradients handling this. The reason why it is using the z-axis, in this case the blue, is because I realized it a bit late, but my crystals were actually sideways. As you can see, it's 90 degrees tilted, rotated on x-axis. So that's not good. If I use the y-axis, it doesn't work. I have to use the z-axis, because the z-axis is actually the y-axis when it's tilted 90 degrees. This is blending between two colors. As you can see, there is a darkness at the bottom, dark blue and light blue. That's the setup. As you can see, dark blue and light blue. The crystal actually themselves, the crystals are pretty simple. I am not that used to making shaders. I'm still, practicing. I'm gonna get much better at these because I really want to. And when I do get better at them, I will probably come back and make these shaders better. The crystal shader. They're kind of basic and simple right now, but they do the job, so I left them as that. Other than that, the lighting is baked, and most of the lighting, these are real-time or mixed lights. This light is baked. This light is baked too. I baked wherever I could, and wherever I couldn't or chose not to for certain reasons, because I needed real-time shadows, I chose to keep them that way. So yeah, this is my project. I wanted to create something like Elden Ring, and I think I've ended up creating something somewhat decent. Thank you for watching.